up, party people? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do something that was a little more fall appropriate. I feel like I haven't really done any fall oriented videos. I've rounded up a few products that are just like good fall finds to create a really pretty fall makeup look. Some things are old, some things are new, some things are just new to me, but regardless, it's all affordable. So as always, I'm gonna start by priming. So I'm gonna use the Ulta Beauty Matte Nude Eye Primer. And yes, this is very fall, okay? This is a very fall eye primer. But in all seriousness, if you need a new eye primer, this one pretty much encapsulates everything that I'm looking for in an eye primer. It conceals, it's smoothing, not drying, but it's also not too hydrating to where it just makes everything melt down. It's just very good formula. So for eyeshadow, I think, is this new? I don't think it's new, but this is the LA Girl Keep It Playful Eye Palette in the shade Foreplay. This just absolutely screams fall. So I'm gonna start with this matte tan shade in my crease. Ooh, that is pigmented. Now I go into this matte burnt orange. Ooh. It's so funny how I go through these phases where one second I'm not into a lot of eye makeup and the next it's like, just throw it all on. Here's the thing though, I'm not in any position to be minimal or conservative with my eye makeup because I have too much. I gotta use it, like it's gonna go to waste if I don't. And this is a really good one so far. Like I am truly very impressed right now. So I really wanna try this shade in the middle, which is kind of, it looks pressed differently. Like it looks like a pressed glitter. Here's what it looks like. It's this shade right there in the middle. Yep, I'm doing it. That is going on so freaking well though. It's wet, it's sheeny, it's metallic-y, it's pizzazz. Now I go into this more red toned, like bricky shimmer right here. Let's see what that looks like. Let's put that right here in the outer corner for a little like shimmery. I'm gonna go back into one of my blending brushes and just kind of blend around those. Make sure that it's nice and soft. I need something in the inner corner, okay? I need, it's missing like a shimmery champagne, like a lighter color for the inner corner, but that's okay. We've all got a champagne. We'll make it work. I'm gonna go into the Profusion Mirage palette. This is a really, really good fall palette too. So I think I'm gonna do like a fall favorites or best eyeshadow palettes for the fall or something, and this will definitely be in that. I'm going to the shade at the very top, which is a shimmery light gold. It's like a very toned down gold. I'm just gonna put that in the inner corner and then fuse that into that little space right there where I don't have anything to mesh it with that center shade. This LA Girl palette is so pigmented. What the heck? You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that because I hate when people act like affordable or drugstore makeup, like when it's good, it's like, what? It's good? It's cheap and it's good? What dimension are we in? Something in me is kind of wanting to do a glitter liner in the crease. If we don't like it, we can go back and we'll figure it out. So this is the Profusion Bling It On Glitter Eyeliner in the shade Gold Rush. I've had this for several years, so it might not work. We may have to go back on our plans. Okay, you know what? Let's shake it. Let's shake it real good. Okay, let's just see. I'm just gonna do a little, yeah, it's dry. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try something, okay? This has nothing to do with the theme of the video, but just a little quick tip if you come across this kind of issue when you're doing your makeup. This is the Kryolan Mixing Medium. One of the purposes of this is that it's supposed to help re-wet dry formulas or to make something more creamy. So, shake it up. I'm gonna put like 1 drop into my glitter liner, maybe 2. So let's see if this makes a difference. We got something, mama. Okay, I'm gonna shake it up, okay? I feel like it needs to be shaken up a little bit. I'll smack the shit out of it. It worked! That really came in handy. I'm gonna bring it all the way in. I'll just kind of do my inner crease, like socket area. Just a little fall pizzazz. You see it? I'm just gonna do some brown eyeliner. Doesn't really matter. This part isn't really part of the theme of the video, so just do any kind of liner. You could do a plum, you could do a maroon, any kind of purple toned eyeliner would be really pretty with this, but I'm just gonna do a simple dark brown. Wow, this eye look. So for mascara, this is, I don't really know if this is new, but this is something that I heard Kelly Gooch talk about. This is the Lottie London Super Fake Mascara. Got one of those ones that looks like it's not gonna do very much because the bristles are so short. Okay, look at this. 1 layer, okay? Kelly Gooch knows what's up. It is so freaking jet black and just so emphasizing of the eyes, and it clumps them together at the base just a little bit to where it makes your lashes look thicker and kind of gives you that tight line effect. Everyone's out here putting eyeliner on in the waterline, and I'm just over here like, just find a good mascara that does it for you. I'm just gonna go ahead and stop there. That's not a full second coat. I would say this is like 1.5 layers because I don't really feel like I need to go further. And also it's one of those formulas that I think personally, on me anyway, looks best with just 1 layer because I feel like it's one of those that it's buildable, but it's kind of more on the wet side starting out. It may dry out over time and not have this problem, but it does have a tendency to kind of clump a little bit, but yeah, stick to one layer and you're Gucci. So for foundation, whenever I think of fall or winter, I think glowy, radiant, moisturized skin. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This isn't new. So I'm using the shade Golden Ivory, which I think is gonna work out pretty well. So here's what I'm working with today. So we're still dealing with quite a bit of acne. I'm very self-conscious about it. It's been a long ride. I went to the dermatologist again yesterday trying to find answers. And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I feel like people hold dermatologists to such a high regard, and I've never had a positive experience with one. The ones that I've encountered have just been very pompous and just very condescending. I've never gone in and had a patient dermatologist that's asked me questions, try to figure me out, like try to figure out why this is happening, because the way I look at it is acne is not normal. If you're breaking out, that it's likely because your body's trying to tell you something, and mine is symmetrical. Okay, like that, it's symmetrical. I feel like my body is screaming for help and no one's helping me. You know, I try to put on a happy face and I try to be, you know, very positive energy, but deep down I'm like, so yeah, here's what the foundation looks like with one layer. And I mean, this is such an underrated foundation. It looks so beautiful on the skin. It's a very pretty, like satiny, glowy, moisturizing kind of finish. It's just so radiant. I feel like we've always been kind of conditioned to think that, oh, glowy, it attracts the eye to that area. So if you have acne, it's gonna make people look at it more, but honestly, it camouflages it so much better. I'm really happy with the color of this. Normally, whenever I'm pale, it works, but it's a little more, it's just a little bit too dark for me, but like coming out of the summer tan, like the melanin that I had at one point is leaving me. So this is a really good transition color for me. So look at that. It's like a pretty good match. Yeah, there's what it looks like built up. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Flawless. Do we have a new concealer? I don't know if I have a new concealer. I'm gonna use this one. This is the Winky Lux Peeper Perfect Concealer, which is the dumbest name ever, but it's a really good product. Again, it's not really fall oriented. It's just, I'm just showcasing new stuff for you. Medium buildable, full coverage. Like if you don't have very prominent dark circles, you'll definitely be able to get full coverage out of this. So for bronzer, I have a new one from ColourPop. This is the Super Shock Bronzer in the shade I'll Bet. This is, I'm pretty sure, a reformulation. They used to have their Super Shock bronzers and they took them away. They were pretty bad, okay? Like anything matte in the Super Shock line from ColourPop was always just my least favorite thing. So I'm hoping that this performs better than the old formulation, and there's only one way to find out. So pigmentation is more on the light side. It's a little bit more buildable, which I was expecting a little bit more, but I'm okay with like having the control to build it up a little bit, like not starting out with too much. It is a little on the dry side. Let me try it with a different brush. If you're familiar with a Super Shock line from ColourPop, it's usually very, very creamy and just very glidey. It's not bad. The color's fine, but I don't know if it's gonna be a favorite. So for blush, I have this new one from Amazon. I don't know how new this is. It's just new to me. But this is the Half Caked No Chill Luster Blush. Actually, I think technically it's considered a highlighter, but this puts me in mind of the Pinkgasm blush or like highlighter one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the same kind of color. I thought, oh, it's a highlighter, so let's see if it gives the same kind of glow as the Charlotte Tilbury one. It definitely has a very highlighter kind of sheen to it, so hopefully it's good. Okay, let's see. It's not picking up very much product on my brush, but potential's there. I'm gonna wipe some product on the back of my hand and try to work from there. Not as pigmented as I thought it would be. I'm just gonna go straight from the stick. Hopefully it doesn't disturb my foundation underneath by doing this. I'm trying to stipple it. There we go. Okay, that definitely gave a lot more intensity. So not a whole lot of color. It's actually more of a sheen. I mean, I was expecting a tad bit more of a blush look. I will say though, it kind of has a sticky kind of vibe to it, to where I feel like with the wrong foundation, it's just gonna mess it up. Like it's just gonna disturb your base. So I would say be careful. I also have the shade Champagne Shower, which is supposed to be more of a highlighter. So this is a really pretty golden champagne. I have used this before and it's very, very pretty. It's creamy. It actually feels a tad bit less sticky than the pink one I just used, but I'm just gonna put this on top. Yeah, like on its own though, without the other shade underneath, it's a very, very pretty highlighter. So I definitely recommend this one. Oh God, I just realized my light fell down back there and it's been on the floor for, it's untelling how long. So I'm gonna pat out my under eyes with some setting spray, a little setting spray hack right here. Check it out, you need to do it. And then once this is dry, I'm gonna go into some powder. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder in the shade Light Pink for under my eyes. And again, this really has nothing to do with fall either, but it's a makeup tutorial, okay? We gotta do it all. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. And then I'm gonna take the light shade and just set around my cheek areas, so everywhere that my T-zone didn't hit. This also makes your cheeks pop. Like if you have mattes, like a matte wall around your cheek products, then it makes them look more glowy and dewy. Going back to eyeshadow, I'm gonna go into my lower lash line now. Let's mix the light tan with the more burnt orange and just run it right underneath. And then I'm gonna take one of my bigger blending brushes and just blend underneath that to soften everything out. Wow, I am feeling foxy. And then let's do some mascara. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really digging the blush situation. That shade Pop Star, which is, it was technically a highlighter, but we use it as a blush. So yeah, it's looking a little bit too glossy and just wet. And I don't feel like that's gonna hold up very well. I just don't have enough color. So I'm gonna go into something else. I'm gonna go into the Half Caked Cheek and Lip Tint in the shade Millions of Peaches, which is also a very good fall appropriate color. So I have used this a couple of times and the pigmentation is definitely there. And I feel like the wear is also there. Yeah, that looks a whole lot better. So yeah, just kind of livened me up a little bit. I don't always show this, but I always go back in after I apply any cheek products with my foundation brush or sponge or whatever. I go around the edges to make sure that it all fuses into my skin and there's not like a big hunk of, a hunk.
Do you think of yourself as a hunk?
No.
Like a big hunk of blush right there, and then yeah, you know, I just want it to fuse. What shall we use for lipstick, child? What shall we use? I kind of want to use my old school favorite, Rum Reach from Maybelline. This is such a fall staple, but I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go into the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Good and Plenty. This is one that I use all the time. Look at that. That's a good freaking color. I feel like I need a gloss. I'm gonna go into the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Moon, just for a little pizzazz. Yeah, that is it for my fall look using only affordable makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is one of those looks that really makes me feel confident. I feel very like, I'm very in the fall mood. Let me just say, this eyeshadow palette from LA Girl has completely blown my mind. This is phenomenal. They need more color stories, like they need more nudes, more browns. They're trying too hard to dupe the Huda palettes and they're not doing their own creative things. So I need multiple palettes. So in the comments below, I want to know what you're wearing the most this fall. Like, what is your fall staple, your fall essential, whether it be a certain eyeshadow palette or a certain eyeliner color, a lipstick color, a blush, whatever it may be. Leave in the comments below. If you like this video, then make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. Here's a couple more things for you to check out next. Just venture around the channel, make yourself at home. Subscribe if you're not already, and turn the notification bell on to always see my stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.